We're all gonna die.
I hope so.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 suicide characters then versus now.
It is to laugh, huh, Mr. J?
Time and again, the creature tried to escape, but it wasn't strong enough.
That's right. Any escape attempt and, well, you're gonna look kind of funny trying to run away with no head.
For this list, we'll be looking at various Rogues Gallery members who have transitioned from either comic book to screen or screen to bigger screen and comparing their appearances. With the James Gunn remake/reboot/sequel, well, whatever it is on the way, there may be a few surprises in store, especially considering that he's chosen some of the more kooky Task Force X alumni members to follow. Agree or disagree with our picks? Be sure to sound off in the comments below. Let's go. Number 10, Starro, the Brave and the Bold, number 28.
Oh my God, we've got a freaking kaiju up in this shit!
Starro, or to give its full name, Starro the Conqueror, sounds more like it would grace the pages of Pokemon comic books than a DC one. However, this supervillain first shone brightly across issue 28 of The Brave and the Bold during the Silver Age of comic books. Starro shares its debut with the Justice League of America as a nemesis of founding member Aquaman and is essentially an alien which resembles a gigantic starfish. Really, not a Pokemon. Okay.
Have at thee, monster!
Since its creation by Gardner Fox and Mike Sikowski, Starro has appeared in original and Titan form in TV, animated film, multiple video games, as well as theme park attractions. Don't let its appearance trick you. Starro is a genius telepathic giant.
It took over Superman's mind. It's been on him for years.
Number 9, the Polkadot Man, Detective Comics number 300.
I thought you were the crazy one.
Oh, yeah.
Also from the Silver Age of comic books is the Polkadot Man. Don't be fooled into thinking that Abner Krill is born of a lack of inspiration. This member of Batman's Rogues Gallery was co-conceived by the Dark Knight's other creator, Bill Finger, with Sheldon Moldoff. Unfortunately, the only trait that is even slightly inspired by the Cape Crusader is the ever-resourceful utility belt. Polkadot Man's myriad of dastardly devices are transformed from his costume's, you guessed it, polka dots. Also known as Mr. Polkadot, this villain rarely makes an appearance on DC's pages, so it's somewhat unusual to see he's part of James Gunn's The Suicide Squad played by chameleon actor David Dastmalchian. Side note, technically those aren't actually polka dots. Number 8, the Thinker, All Flash number 12.
We fail the mission, you die.
If we find out any information you give us is false, you die.
If we find out you have personalized license plates, you die.
What? No.
The Thinker is the alter ego of 4 supervillains that have appeared in DC publications since the Second World War.
There's Dawn, Zoom, DeVoe.
The Clifford DeVoe version of the character was a failed lawyer who intended on using his intellect to succeed where other wannabe crime lords had failed and take over Gotham City. Foiled by the original Flash, as in Jay Garrick in his winged tin hat, Thinker donned similar headwear to project mental forces and enhance his intelligence.
Impossible.
The main antagonist of The Flash Season 4, an amalgamation of Clifford DeVoe and the New 52's version of the Thinker, will soon be portrayed by Peter Capaldi, who is no stranger to inheriting characters who have both previously appeared as multiple incarnations and whose first name is The. Number 7, Captain Boomerang, The Flash, number 117. Just when you think he's gone, Captain Boomerang comes right back at you. See what we did there?
After all. What goes around comes around.
Again, to be played by Jay Courtney, Boomerang makes this entry double punned by being the first character who is returning from the previous film.
We're gonna be rich. Hey, you and me, mate.
This is largely due to how well Courtney's performance was received in 2016's Suicide Squad, and because the American-Australian supervillain has been a member of the Task Force X since the 1990s.
Meet Task Force X. George Harkness, a.k.a. Captain Boomerang, expert thief and inventor.
George Digger Harkness and later his son Owen Mercer have been around for 60 years, however, as the lethal boomerang-wielding fiend has butted heads with the Flash in comics and TV since 1960. An expert marksman normally clad in a blue tunic, we're all wondering how he earned his rank.
Welcome to the party, Captain Boomerang.
Number 6. Amanda Waller, Legends number 1.
You know the deal. Successfully complete the mission, you get 10 years off your sentence.
Have you ever been warned not to cross the boss or else? Well, employees at Cadmus don't get that cautionary tale, as Amanda Waller is the type of person who responds to a mistake with the else. The sometimes adversary / sometimes ally of the Justice League, she is always portrayed as the no-nonsense pragmatic government agent who is responsible for the fight back against metahumans.
Good night.
You look tired. Should stop working nights.
Regardless of where her methods lie on the morality scale, she is usually armed with a quick reply or rebuttal to the world's greatest detective.
You're too smart to trust him.
Who says I do? He provides off-the-books funding for Cadmus. Far as I'm concerned, that's all he's good for.
Played again by Viola Davis in the upcoming movie, Waller's appearance as the Suicide Squad's leader is a welcome return for a character that has changed little since her 1986 debut. Number 5. King Shark, cameo Superboy number 0.
Any questions?
Marking his cinematic debut in the upcoming film, King Shark, or Nanaue to his friends, was originally intended to be part of the original 2016 lineup.
Those guns won't stop me, Flash. First I'll kill you, then I'll kill them.
However, owing to a budget that would not have room for a fully CGI-rendered character, the role of the anthropomorphic supervillain went to Killer Croc instead.
I live on the ground. Y'all are just tourists.
Add that to the character's hilarious but coincidental appearance in the recent Harley Quinn solo animated series, and Shark is in.
Son, you finally come home.
Hi, King Daddy.
A relatively new member of Task Force X, Nanaue has been drawn and portrayed as both a hammerhead and bullhead shark. All we know for certain is that he definitely has hands.
Any questions?
And?
Yes, that is your hand. Very good.
Number 4. Rick Flagg, the brave and the bold, number 25.
Welcome Task Force X. These are your brothers and sisters for the next few days.
Like the Thinker, Rick Flagg is another nomenclature used by several characters. In this case, 3 generations of Rick Flagg have appeared in DC Comics, all with the same name, which must surely be confusing during the holidays. Richard Montgomery Flagg, Rick Flagg Sr., was the only survivor of the Suicide Squadron, which led missions during the Second World War. Afterward, then-President Harry S. Truman asked him to head up Task Force X.
The name's Flagg. Colonel Flagg.
Colonel Flagg? You're kidding, right?
His son, Rick Flagg Jr., is the character that we see the most of, even if the timing doesn't quite match up anymore.
You take the finest special forces officer this nation has ever produced, Colonel Rick Flagg.
Once more to be portrayed by Joel Kinnaman, the group's commander will this time be shown with his trademark bright yellow t-shirt, which is the epitome of stealth.
If you cough without covering your mouth...
Harley, although that isn't an open invitation for you to cough without covering your mouth.
Number 3, Peacemaker, Fightin' 5, number 40.
You kidding me? You're gonna risk the entire mission for a mental defective dressed as a court jester.
It's coming from a guy that wears a toilet seat on his head.
Another crazy costume to be making its debut in the Suicide Squad is that belonging to Christopher Smith, aka the Peacemaker. Let's just put it out there. If you were to call John Cena's Peacemaker a Captain America ripoff, a dork, or just plain weird, well, we wouldn't disagree.
I cherish peace with all my heart. I don't care how many men, women, and children I need to kill to get it.
But there is much to be made of Peacemaker, despite his 60s pop art appearance. Firstly, unlike most of the Suicide Squad, he isn't a villain. Secondly, he isn't a DC original, first appearing in Charlton Comics before being acquired. Finally, he's already getting his own TV spin-off series, meaning that in contrast to the man who portrays him, we'll be seeing a lot of Peacemaker soon. Number 2, Bloodsport, Superman Volume 2.
Don't you worry, eh? I'm gonna get you out of here alive.
It's possible that out of all of the Suicide Squaddies, Bloodsport has the most serious name and backstory to boot.
Meet Robert Dubois, goes by Bloodsport, which is not any sport I've ever heard of.
Another noms de guerre taken on by multiple people. The original Bloodsport is Robert Dubois. Another noms de guerre taken on by multiple people who evaded conscription to the Vietnam War efforts. Instead, his brother Michael went in his place and lost all of his limbs. Consumed with rage and manipulated by Lex Luthor, Dubois wages war on Metropolis and almost takes out Superman after shooting him with the kryptonite needle.
Cloaking device is down. Fire! We're not locked on.
Fire now!
Like Rick Flagg, it'll be difficult to reconcile this backstory for the upcoming movie, but we're confident that Idris Elba will make the role memorable. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Savant, Birds of Prey number 56. Bleached blonde super hacker turned vigilante turned criminal.
You know the deal.
Saul Soria, Suicide Squad Volume 5, number 33. Gender-swapped Juan Soria drafted to the squad. Dick Hertz / Blackguard, Booster Gold, number 1. Unlucky mercenary who foils his own plans. Arm Fall Off Boy / Floyd Belkin / TDK, Secret Origins Volume 2, number 46. Does exactly what his name suggests and then uses them as weapons. Weasel, The Fury of Firestorm, number 35. Like a rocket raccoon, Sean Gunn's incarnation of Weasel will be mocapped.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Harley Quinn, Batman the Animated Series.
You were gonna save me?
It was a really good plan, too.
Well, I can go back inside and you can still do it.
That's patronizing.
I'm so sorry. Harley Quinn.
Bloodsport.
Fresh off the heels of her emancipation, Dr. Harleen Quinzel got her start in TV, not on the page, debuting in Batman the Animated Series.
Gonna call in a specialist, boss?
With her whiny voice and her plethora of phrases, Harley Quinn has been a firm favorite for nearly 30 years. Despite the common misconception, her relationship with the clown prince of crime is not exactly a love story.
You're nothing without me!
You always tried to make me think that, but it's not true.
With a fan base built from every incarnation, Margot Robbie takes a fresh approach with each live-action production, looking set to steal this movie too. Whether clad in the red and black onesie or eclectic patterns, Harley Quinn is the Suicide Squad's queen.
Call me a softie. I dare ya.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.